This is a quick recording to illustrate what possibilities we might have of the very fast entrance into Horningsea, where it is difficult to slow traffic down and as it comes into the village. Now here's an example of a village in the Netherlands, a small village, not much bigger, probably not even the same size, not as big as Horningsea. And as you can see, the entrance road into the village is a very straight, very open piece of road. And the first thing we notice is there is of course a lot of space here. There are verges and separated service roads and cycle paths. These service roads are mainly here for farm traffic and cyclists. And so there are no cyclists on the main road. And the main road is split by a double continuous line. So there's no overtaking on this road as you come into the village, but also as you come out of the village. Now the village is where that spire is, where the church is. Apologies if you can hear my dog, she's snoring over there. And as we come into the village, we're probably about 400 meters out at the moment, so comparably that would be approximately where the A14 bridge is. Now this is a very inviting road to drive fast, and having driven this road when I was visiting this part of the Netherlands on holiday, it's very, very tempting to drive fast. Maximum speed on a road like this, the speed limit is 50 miles an hour in the Netherlands, or 80 kilometers an hour. And as you come in, you certainly have to watch your speed, not to be speeding too much. So let's just drive into this village and see what that looks like. Now, the first thing we can see is that there is some signage coming up. And this signage is warning for a split, and in fact it's 150 meters from here, so my 400 was a bit exaggerated, and it is warning for a split of the carriageway. So the two carriageways are going to split, thus creating a chicane going out of the village and coming into the village. Of course, we're on the right hand side of the road, being in the Netherlands. And then going down from an 80 kilometer an hour to 60 kilometers an hour. So that's about 37 miles an hour. And it also warns for speed bumps right here. So we have to be aware, driving in, that the next 150 meters there is a speed bump coming. And you can see here there's a raised platform that allows the service roads entry onto the road going through the village. And you can see that there's also cycle paths here. Now, of course, Horningsea does not have all this space to have the service roads, but I'd like to focus on the first measure. Outside the village boundary is a raised platform. This is not a massive bump. This won't take your undercarriage out of your car, but it certainly is visual, and there's a slight incline here as you come into the village. And then at the village boundary, that plateau goes down again. So we have attempted to slow people down outside the village boundary here, preparing them for the split of the two carriageways. And the first house you could compare here to King's Cottages in Horningsea, and then the next house would be approximately where Gate and Farm would be. So we go into the village, and you can see there is a significant separation of the carriageway. So each lane splits and gives motorists a bit of pause. Now we could of course also have a footpath here in Horningsea, and perhaps some parking outside, if this were King's Cottages, outside King's Cottages here. This road situation here does not have parking because these cottages probably have enough space, but that's the entrance to Groede, and I think it's quite an elegant way of managing the village entrance. And of course they must have suffered from speeding traffic here, in Groede quite a lot as the road goes through the village.